People who draw penises on everything, why? When I was a little kid I kind of had this problem. Not even that big of a deal, something like 8% of kids do it, but whatever. For some reason I don't know why, I would just kind of sit around all day and draw pictures of dicks. I'd sit there for hours and draw dicks. I don't know what it was, but I couldn't touch pen to paper without drawing the shape of a penis. Here I am just a little kid and I can't stop drawing dicks to save my own life. In the classroom is where I did the majority of my illustrations. I was very secretive about this whole dick operation I had going on. Even I thought it was ducking crazy. Imagine what everyone else would think. So I would stash all my dick drawings in this Ghostbusters lunchbox that I had. Turns out someone found out and told on me and she rats me out to the principal. The principal finds this Ghostbusters lunchbox dick treasure chest and he fucking flips out. He calls in my parents. Turns out this principal is some religious fanatic and he thinks him possessed by some dick devil. My parents make me see the therapist and he is asking me dick questions. My parents made me stop eating food shaped like dicks. No hot dog, no popsicles. Do you know how many foods are shaped like dicks? Like the best kind. I used to draw these terrible stick figure humans with these extremely detailed dicks. Edit, whoa nice, my first silver award, thank you, whoever gave it to me. I did this too, haha. I still have one drawing which is probably my favorite. It's a crude stick figure with a moderately detailed massive DB being held in a wheelbarrow. The D is longer than the front and drapes towards the ground. A teacher saw it cause I was showing it off and he thought it was funny. I actually ended up doing a lot of art drawing classes in high school, college. I have several hand-drawn framed pieces done in pencil and pen hanging on a wall at my house. One of my friends even bought one for me, lol. Don't know why. But it's clearly a strong urge. At my daughter's school there used to be a drawer hanging off the bench in the biology lab. Inside the drawer generations of students had drawn penises. A drawer full of penises. Then there was a new biology teacher and she objected to the penis-filled drawer, so she painted over the inside of the drawer in white. Someone wrote blank canvas and drew a penis. Many more penises followed. So the teacher took the drawer away. Now they draw the penises on the brackets where the drawer used to hang. At this point, it's a school tradition. You don't ducks with tradition. Or drawers. When I went to the catacombs in Paris, it was unreal how many of the skulls had dicks drawn on them. I suppose once they've been piled ornately, the ship has already sailed on desecrating a corpse? One of the few 4chan threads I remember was about a guy actually stealing a skull from the catacombs. He posted said skull with his penis inside it, like in the eye hole, to show proof. Take a look at original Roman graffitis, not Romana Iunt Domus, you will see a lot of penises drawn. Even the very first human graffitis were crude depictions of penises and vaginas. I think it's hardwired in our brains. It reminds me about the famous Biggest Dickus. Do you know he has a wife? You know what she's called? Incontinentia. Incontinentia buttocks. Cut as the entire recording studio bursts out in laughter. The funniest part is that none of the soldiers were told what to expect, and were merely told not to laugh no matter what, while the actors did their damnedest to make them crack. Truly one of the best pieces of cinema in our times. It's a dick move. Big ones, small ones, large ones, light ones, thick ones, thin ones, leaning right ones, pointed, perky, chunky round ones, extra weighty 20-pound ones. Curving, swollen, cool uncut ones, wrinkled, pounding, up the butt ones, huge and bulky, hefty-sized ones, teeny, tiny, small but prized ones. All the best of cocks tremendous, all the best of pricks stupendous, all the best of schlong surprises, dicks are great in all the sizes. A blessing. A blessing from the Sprog. Sprog be praised. Butt trumpet fanfare. They're super easy to draw, are easily recognizable, and transcend language barriers. Drawing it and knowing someone who sees it might chuckle. It makes a statement that, instead of writing something profound, you chose to make the world's easiest joke. TLDR, haha pippy funny. The original meme, if you will. And they can be so expressive on your mate's car, drawing them is all muscle memory at this point. Drawing them is all muscle memory. I had an arms race of reflex times with friends in school. We'd get faster and faster at drawing a dick in the other's workbook, meanwhile they'd get faster at blocking the attempt. My proudest innovation was drawing a dick on my own eraser, then using it as a stamp on their workbook. Blasted right past their defenses like a hypersonic missile. 8. Dot. How? Dot. That looks like an amputee brontosaurus being sick. The traveler demands it and I must let chaos reign. Gotta mark my territory. Plus, I'm pretty good at it. Gosh, you weren't kidding. This is the only example on hand. I've got binders full of meaty totems. Edit found a couple more dust dongs. I for one would like to see the rest of your portfolio, because you weren't ducking around when you said you were good at this. Because I don't know how to draw vaginas. Dot. What's the asterisk supposed to be? What are you on about? Couldn't find an asterisk. Asterisks don't even exist. The female orgasm is a liberal hoax. Because people have thought it was funny for literally thousands of years. I walked past this pipe protruding out of the ground. Someone wrote "Big ol' Willie" with a crude penis inscribed in the process of ejaculation, and I laugh every time. Just minding my business, walking down a nice nature path, and suddenly I'm accosted by a big ol' Willie. Because boobies are too difficult. Dot. Show off. Dot. NBSP. Not everyone is well endowed. Why? Gotta show support to the ones who no longer have nipples too. Hey. It me. Mario. Trying to achieve artistic perfection. Op of this post should know https www.reddit.com interesting gossip comments 0xw1 pop gets removed for posting this image? Source share it media meosapit namiosmf. I was looking for exactly this. Amazing how one of the images in that forest of phallus is actually just Putin. Mind telling us where? Spent a good 20 seconds zoomed in searching, but it got a little overwhelming. Edit, NVM, found it. More or less middle row, second column from the left. Because someone has to do it. 8D I've taken more to writing obscenities in cursive though. I work in a bleak metal fabrication shop. It's great to see someone's tired, dirty face go from brief confusion to a warm smile or even an involuntary chuckle when they see poopy butthole or something randomly written somewhere in pretty cursive. I think many draw dicks for the same reason. Have worked in the same kind of shop. Drew dicks all over that place. The one I'm most proud of was the dick I made with a grinder on a 3'X3 sheet of steel. Left it on my buddy's table, I even put his name at the top. A close second was the one I drew with a paint marker on the bottom of another guy's igloo water jug, so every time he took a drink everyone saw this bright yellow cock rise up. Took him an hour or so to figure out why we were laughing whenever he took a drink. I like to draw penis on my lesbian classmate's papers. She was my best friend and I did it to annoy her. In reverse she wrote "I love vaginas" on my homework the day the teacher collected them. Quite wholesome. I has a classmate in second grade that got suspended 6 times in 1 year for drawing tits on everything. Desk, papers, notebook, textbooks, chalkboard. The kid just drew tits ducking everywhere, he was like compulsed to do so. So the kid moved the next year, never saw him again, but in 6th grade I needed a book report book so I went to the library. I pulled a book that looked interesting and inside the front cover, you guessed it, tits. And I knew immediately it was from him. Exact same tits. So I grabbed the next book, and the next, and the next. Probably almost the entire row on that case had tits inside the cover. He must have stood there for 5 minutes and just drew tits during library time back in 2nd grade. I laughed so fucking hard, maybe the most I've ever laughed in my entire life. His name was Robert. Robert, if you're out there reading this, thanks for the laugh bro. I hope you're not a sex offender or anything now. Cheers. Hess the sex defender. Because it always gets a glance.